Not every event that unfolds in Genoa City sets off a frenzy among the public, but sometimes it is the quietest of changes that lead to the most unexpected upheavals. When news of Danny's proposal to Christine reached Daniel, many might see it as nothing more than a warm interlude in the grand symphony of schemes, struggles, and betrayals that have echoed through generations. Yet for some veteran viewers, fate is knocking with an urgency louder than ever at the door of the past, where old wounds have never truly healed, and every attempt to move forward is haunted by ghosts that drag them back. Perhaps, for Danny and Christine, choosing to have their engagement happen off-screen serves as a subtle reminder of how love on Y&R always moves beneath the surface. Rarely ostentatious, but always ready to disrupt even the most fragile peace. The toasts they raise to a romance that stretches back through the years are only the sparkling surface of a deep lake, where even the smallest stone dropped can stir hidden currents, enough to ripple through every layer of memory. Christine's yes, though said to be certain, still flickers with uncertainty. Can happiness really endure in a world where loyalty and forgiveness so rarely walk hand in hand? On the other side of the chessboard, Phyllis returns like a long-forecasted storm that still manages to sweep away every defense of those who let their guard down. Anyone who has witnessed her icy brilliance in manipulating hearts and shifting the tides knows this well. When Phyllis is fully focused on a target, it's never just a game. It's a fight for survival, one that only the ruthless and the alert stand any chance of escaping with even a fragment of their soul intact. The twist this time is that her target is Kane, a man already scarred by the past, who has never truly learned the hard lessons of failure when confronted by the temptations of power. The brief alliance they begin to form is nothing less than lighting a torch and holding it to the powder keg of the Abbott and Newman families, where every connection is a live wire waiting to explode. It isn't hard to see that both Phyllis and Kane enter this game still bleeding from old wounds. Phyllis, forever haunted by the betrayals of loyalty, and Kane, suffocated by the darkness of loss and deceit that shadows every breath he takes. They find one another like lost souls, each drawn to the depths of ambition and the longing to be recognized, to hold power, to take revenge. And it is this very thing that makes their alliance both strong and perilously fragile. Every small victory builds a fleeting trust, but each looming failure is a match ready to ignite the last shreds of faith between these two accomplices. Phyllis, intoxicated by power, will not hesitate to use Kane's tangled past to force his submission, but Kane has never been easy to control, especially when his love and pride are threatened. Their battle of wits is living proof of an old Genoa City truth. In this world, no alliance lasts forever. There are only temporary trades of trust, bartered for power, money, or the sweetness of revenge. And yet, while the main players move their pawns on the grand chessboard, somewhere in a darker corner of Y&R, real emotions are shattering all pretense. The scene of Lily falling into Damien's arms, their reckless kiss under the dim lights of a French cafe, might become one of those defining moments that reframe what loyalty, passion, and the boundaries of betrayal really mean. Lily, after all the disappointment, torment, and loss, chooses a new path, no longer the woman waiting for the shadow of a man who once hurt her to the bone. Damien is not only a fresh wind but a dangerous temptation. He enters Lily's world carrying ambitions and secrets of his own, capable of drowning anyone who puts their faith in the wrong place. All eyes turn to Kane. How will he react when he sees with his own eyes that Lily, the woman he once believed still cared, has chosen to give her trust and passion to another man? If all Kane felt was anger, he might lash out impulsively, aiming to destroy Damien in one decisive blow. But the bitter lessons of his past defeats have taught him that such explosive revenge only lets things spiral out of control, leaving him the most broken of all. And so, in a twist few could foresee, Kane begins to transform himself into a strategist in the shadows, partnering with Phyllis to craft a cunning plan that manipulates both his enemies and his former allies. The mixture of hatred, love, and wounded pride makes Kane more dangerous than ever. A man clear-headed enough to avoid old traps, ruthless enough to weaponize pain against the world. As Phyllis and Kane's alliance slowly comes to light, signs of instability begin spreading through the Abbott and Newman families. Jack feels a chill down his spine every time financial reports or rumors circulate without any verifiable source. Nick, who has never fully trusted anyone outside his family, grows even more uneasy as friends and partners turn into schemers, laying traps with every breath. Billy, with his wild streak and relentless need to prove himself, is drawn into the most perilous games, and may well become the first victim of a plot nobody else sees coming. The deeper Kane and Phyllis sink into the spiral of alliances and betrayals, the more blurred the line becomes between victim and villain. Today, they may be the puppeteers holding all the cards, but a single wrong step, a moment of weakness, or a second when emotion overpowers reason, and they could become the sacrificial pawns of Genoa City's brutal game. When every secret, scheme, and feeling is finally exposed in the harsh light of truth, the question is no longer who will win, but who will still be themselves in the end. On a broader scale, it's these seemingly small, private developments like Danny and Christine's engagement that may trigger a domino effect nobody sees coming. As relationships thought to have cooled suddenly reignite, and new alliances are born from the ruins of old grudges, Genoa City will once again witness the rise of those bold enough to risk everything, even their honor, peace, or very souls. None of them knows what awaits at the end of the road. Only one thing is certain. In this place, even the tiniest spark can burn down all illusions of lasting love, loyalty, and happiness. And at every moment, the shadows of secrets and ambition linger, ready to devour anyone who dares believe in a happy ending in Genoa City. It's easy to sympathize with people like Danny and Christine, who try to find simple happiness in a city where happiness is the rarest, most fragile thing of all. But it's impossible to deny the allure of characters like Phyllis, Kane, Lily, or Damien. Souls torn between instinct, emotion, and calculation, always willing to break every rule for a foothold, even if it means trampling what was once sacred. It is they, with their reckless, unpredictable choices, who keep Genoa City in constant motion, ensuring viewers can't look away from even the smallest twist on Y&R. And in this never-ending current of schemes, love, hate, and revenge, where will the final act fall for a city that never truly sleeps?